What's going on YouTube? Modeling that back at you with a quick build update for part one of the Gunner Down B17 vignette from Verlinden Productions. So went through tonight, got the main parts just kind of cut out, flash cleaned up around the windows, went ahead and sanded the back here. I am going to look into actually trying to rivet and panel line this backside. Um, Not sure, probably will do that the next part just to kind of get that done. The one thing I do want to admit or note for anybody who gets this kit, take extra precaution when cutting off this outer edge. If you notice on I think it was the instructions, or let's see here. Yeah, with the instructions and stuff like that, they actually show this outer edge gone. There's probably a good reason for that, and that is the fact that this outer edge really is super fragile, especially here, even with all of that fill that was within the window. So just take note of that and be extra cautious when cutting through here. I did actually break it into about 3 parts. Nice thing about resin, clean break, fit back in perfect. Can't even really tell that it had even happened. So went ahead and got that done, kind of get this all cleaned out and things like that. So this piece is getting close to ready. Also took and got all of the flash out from everything. One utility or tool, I should say, that really helped me a lot, if I can find it because I tossed it back in, is a diamond file that I picked up. To be honest, found a set of them at a local antique store, and of course I can't seem to find the one I just used. There it is. What's nice about this diamond file, let me get this to lock in, and I'll increase the brightness so maybe you can see it. So the actual edge, like this section here, is polished, and then you can see just a light line along the edges. It's basically just a edge file, so um, really handy to get into all of these here. I could just take and carefully grind those out. Is lightly rounded, but to be honest, did some test fitting, doesn't affect it at all. So got those all ready to go. And then also got the window. That's another part that I really hate the way that they molded this. So I'm actually missing one of the panels that would normally allow it to drop in and really seal correctly into place. I'm basically missing the lower uh, flange, I guess you could call it. That's at least what I'm going to call it. Because again, when I tried to actually get it cut out, that broke off in a section. Can't really add it back in. I tried to go ahead and nip it on off, and it just didn't work. So went ahead and sanded the bottom flat. I think once this is in and in position like this here, you're not even going to really notice it. But just if you happen to again pick up the kit, something else maybe to just keep your eye on when you're cutting this out. Also got the gun mount there. So last thing that I went ahead and did was got the figures all ready to go. This is actually the first time I've ever actually just, I guess you could say, pinned the figures. So went ahead, got them glued together. Again, trusty old little super glues, super glue. I just go with the cheap stuff in the little like 1 ounce bottle, just because I don't go through it fast enough and it usually dries out on me. So but overall, the figures actually went together really well. Kind of getting the gaps to fill correctly was kind of a pain. This figure does have 2-part legs, so you have to kind of fill that seam. Went ahead and just used some extra super glue that basically just pushed it to the outer edge. I think that'll line up really well and should work. If not, after I get this out of primer, if I don't like it, then I'll go ahead and do that. I was a little concerned about the gap that's here on the front, but that was until I went ahead and got this ready to go on. It's like, yeah, you're not going to see it. So again, don't spend time filling gaps that aren't going to be seen or have zero potential of being seen. Went ahead, got the injured crew member down. got the gaps filled here in the back and things like that. Probably going to actually just leave the putty as is. This is my first time using this putty, so hopefully it'll come out pretty well, which is the 100% acrylic resin plastic putty from Vallejo. Really like it so far. It's pretty much ready to go, ready to spread. It's super not watery, but it's more of like a toothpaste consistency than a peanut butter, or, like a crunchy peanut butter. So it really flows in and smooths really well. Seems like it dries fairly quick as well. Gonna let these sit for about a day or so. I'll probably give this little area a sand with the belts, and that's about it. Went ahead and did some test fits with the heads. Those look really nice. So what I used to drill these out is just some micro drill bits. Harbor Freight here in the US, best place to find them. So drilled those out. I did get a nice pin vise ball. This thing really works nice. Really spins pretty freely and stuff like that. You do have to be careful with the little bits. They do break quick very easily. So got the heads all ready, and that is pretty much part one of this build. So oh, actually, one last part that I did get completed tonight is the display base pieces. Have a belt sander here that I went ahead and used, so got those. I think what I'm going to do is I have a little piece, like a little square base of wood, so I'm probably going to get that out, get that stained up tomorrow. That way the uh, material can dry off and things like that. I know within the picture there does show the base kind of here in the middle, kind of in this configuration. As I was looking at it and things like that, I think what I'm going to actually do is butt it to the outer edges in more of this type of appearance here. Actually, I think I need to turn that one around. They are directional. Nope, I had it the right way the first time. They are directional to support this correctly and things like that. So I do have to sort out the exact level of this kit. Make sure where the side window is, make sure that is in a pure vertical position. That is going to be the one thing that will be a little bit tricky. But once I get the outer, probably going to focus next on the outer section. Like I said, if I'm going to go ahead and panel line and rivet it, get this painted on the outer side, get that all done, and then once I have that ready to go, I'll get these spray painted black, most likely. Might go with a tan, I'm not 100% sure. I don't mind the way that looks, but probably will go with the black just to make it, just kind of stand out a little bit better. Get those, like I said, glued on with that in a nice, vertical position. So overall, enjoying the build so far. Probably will be a pretty quick one here. A lot of it's going to be down to just hand painting, which should go fairly quick with the Vallejo paints and things like that. So hopefully you guys enjoying this so far, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.